My favorite part about Toastmasters is the self-discovery portion of it, right? It helps me to try to find out who I am and what I can be. And also to learn from others' journey. Right now, I'll bring up Matt Lantzer. Most of you might know Matt from him giving fictional or humorous speech. But tonight, though, Matt will talk about a story that's all too real to him. That even his twisted and wrapped mind could not create. In honor of a very special upcoming date, Matt will be giving a speech titled, Her, How I Turned a Plate of Nachos into 7 Human Beings. Please help me in welcoming Matt Lantzer.
Thank you, Zach. Great job, man. Before I begin the speech, I want to thank Zach and for being Toastmaster for the first time. You're doing an amazing job. So thank you for that great introduction, Zach. I really appreciate that. How I turned a plate of nachos into 7 human beings and live to tell about it. Most of you are probably thinking, come on, Matt, that old trick, we've all done that. You're better than this. And I agree to a certain extent. When I tell you, though, the circumstances surrounding this trick, I'm confident you will be highly impressed. The year is 1989, and I am 17 years old. I'm a grown man. I know everything. I'd been on my own for a couple years now, after dropping out of school and running away from home. My parents divorced when I was 8, and I got caught in the middle of an acrimonious tug of war. I started rebelling against them. And I really started rebelling against the world. After years of being shuttled back and forth between them, at 15, I had had enough. I took off, never looking back. I lived at friends' houses, lived in people's garages, sometimes when they didn't even know it. Lived in the park. I even lived in a van, although not down by the river. It was just Nebraska. We only had one river. It was the best of times, and it was the worst of times. On the one hand, I was free. Nobody telling me what to do. My friends and I would skateboard around town at night, getting into trouble, keeping the local police busy. That was fun. On the other hand, it really, really sucked being cold and hungry all the time. My life was directionless, meaningless. I had no reason to keep going. But this all changed in 1989. I was living in a mobile home on the outskirts of Grand Island, Nebraska, with a bunch of other people, cream of the crop people, I might tell you. And one evening, one of my friends in late 1989 asked me if I wanted to go to a party in town. I don't know, another stupid party, a bunch of beer, a bunch of cowboys, a bunch of metal dudes. This would inevitably, I would wind up in a fight. You see, I was a skateboarding punk, and being a skateboarding punk in rural Nebraska in 1980s was a big no-no. You're inviting trouble. I was Sex Pistols when most people were Garth Brooks and Motley Crue. Whatever. I kind of reveled in it a bit. Tracy knows what I'm talking about. Nevertheless, I decided to go to this party. And it pretty much turned out the way I expected. Except for one thing. Her. I spotted her standing in the kitchen of the party. Black miniskirt, striped sweater, little glasses, big wall of red curly hair. This is the 80s, remember? This was exactly my type. I approached her and summoned up what courage I had. Now, this was years before Toastmasters, mind you. And I gave her some cheesy pickup line. I know she knows what it is. When she replied to me with a bit of sass and a lot of snarkiness, I immediately knew this girl was for me. I somehow talked her into leaving this party with me, and we cruised around town in her car, getting to know each other. I soon realized she had the same anti-authority, independent attitude that I did. And I did not want to spend another moment without her in my life. I had to come up with a plan to win her over. What was that going to be? I reached into my pocket, pulled out the last couple dollars I had to my name, and I said, "Do you like nachos? Because I'm buying." Well, this plate of nachos turned into 3 kids, 4 grandkids, 35 plus years and counting of being together with her. Soon after this fateful encounter that night, she dropped out of college and moved in with me. Great, right? Well, within a couple weeks, we ended up in jail. Quite the auspicious beginning, to say the least. At least I felt safe in jail because her parents couldn't get to me. I have no idea why her parents didn't like me at first. No idea. I still can't figure it out. Here is a picture of us a couple months after meeting. This is early 1990. The dark-haired guy on the right is a childhood friend of mine who I'm still extremely close with, by the way. If you could pass that around, please. This picture caught us at a rare good moment, probably because my friend was there. You see, for the first year together, we literally did 2 things. We would fight and we'd make up. And then we'd fight and then we'd make up. Sometimes we fought about making up. It was actually a good thing then when we found out she was pregnant and we had our first child on February 9th, 1991. This event seemed to give us both a reason and a purpose. And I say both because as traumatic as my childhood was, hers was a million times worse. She went through every abuse imaginable. The fact that we found each other when we did was a miracle in itself. We often clinged together as to not perish in the ocean of life. Us starting a family, for me personally, it gave me a purpose to go on. In my darkest moments, it gave me a reason to go on. Now, this by no way means that the last 35 years have been a walk in the park. It's been anything but. If I can compare our marriage to anything, it'd be a Toastmaster table topic session. You know, table topics. You're presented with a question or a dilemma, and you have to react in the best way that you know how, with no preparation. You just do it. When I look back, that's what it seems every time something would come up. We had no preparation, we had no training, you just do it, what you know best. In 35 plus years, we've been challenged with and overcome, and I got to read this off here because it's a list. Depression, alcoholism, prescription drug addiction, infidelities, massive emotional abuse, multiple family deaths, debilitating health issues, suicide attempts, our daughters being molested by a family friend, and us prosecuting him, one of those daughters running away and becoming a drug addict as a teenager while having kids of her own, us taking legal custody of those kids, all this while being told by our family members, you guys will never make it. You'll never make it. You're too young. You're too dysfunctional. You're way too independent. And you're way too stubborn. Together, you'll never make it. And we've used this reason over the years to keep going. Call it spite, call it pride, call it whatever you want. Doesn't matter what you call it. We use that to keep going. And we did, and we continue to. A major pivotal moment happened in 1997 for my wife. She hit a low point, rock bottom. She got the help that she needed. And she committed her life to learning and growing and becoming better. The best part is, though, she does that for everybody around her. She wants everybody around her to do the same. And guess who's patient zero? That's right. Whatever she learns, I learn and absorb. Not instantly. Sometimes it takes minutes. Sometimes it takes decades. Sorry. But I do come around. I'm here speaking tonight because of her. I'm actually alive because of her. All the pain that we put each other through was because of our childhood programming. I know that now, but I know that because of her. All the trials and tribulations we've gone through happened for a reason, and we are figuring out what that reason is. I used to say when I was at low points, Matt, just keep going. You got kids to provide for. Matt, just keep going. You got grandchildren who love you. I can't lie to myself, though. And I'm not going to lie to you tonight. The main reason I kept going was her. It's always been her. Happy anniversary, Dina. Thank you. Toastmasters.
Exactly.